Okay guys, we got a customer call on the lift. He went to tire shop. He has TPMS light. It comes on and off. And also here's a noise in the background. I bounced this tire. You can hear the noise. I knew exactly what I called him. He said, go ahead, do it. But he went to get new tires and this is what happened. Okay guys, this is a live video. This customer with the Toyota RAV4 is my neighbor. So his car on the right side is making some type of coin, like coins are bouncing around every time he drives, turns the car, or if it hits the bumps and stuff. So I took the tires off. He did get new tires. He also complained to me two things. One, when he's driving on the highway, no TPMS light, no pressure light, and the light comes on. And also he said the car shakes. So two things are wrong here. One is balance. Another thing I want to show you guys is they did break his stud. I'm going to show you that. I don't know what kind of shop was this, but I always make videos and let you guys know. Be careful, be careful. Go to a good mechanic that knows what he's doing, okay? But this is a tire shop. They do quick and easy and they break shits and they don't really care. So I took this wheel off. I was thinking the stud broke and the other half of the stud, I could feel it inside this wheel. There's something rolling around, big, nothing small, but big, okay? So there is a sensor on these tires. It's called the TPMS sensor. It's part of this valve. I think they broke that. They just put that in there so the customer doesn't have a light, but eventually it will have a light, and that sensor will go around and around, will damage his tire. Also, it will damage the sensor itself. Listen to this. There you go. It's making a clanking noise. I'm definitely sure that TPMS sensor is broken. So we're gonna dismount this tire. I'm gonna leave this right over here. But we need to get authorization from the customer if he does want to change the sensor. This stud, this is a 2024 or 2020 Toyota RAV4. The stud doesn't freaking break that easy on the. I got a 20-year-old car. The studs are still the same. Look at this. They must have been using some serious impact. They even destroyed his stud. The customer did give me a lug nut, but I told them to hold on. When we do the brakes, it's time to do the brakes because everything's gonna be off, and I'll replace the stud for you for free. That's what I'm trying to do here, but he told me a whole bunch of other shit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dismount that tire, see what's inside that tire. That's what we're gonna do. So give me a moment, let me speak to the customer. Okay guys, customer said go ahead and do it. So we're gonna keep this video live, and it's gonna be a little longer video than usual. So let's see what we find. So procedure here is, first we gotta break the bead. Let the air come out. So we're gonna break the bead from each side, okay? That's the correct way to do it. You can't go right here directly. A dumbass mechanic will damage that, okay? I'm keeping it real. A dumbass mechanic. You gotta be an idiot to break a sensor. And let's do those people, if you're a mechanic, the new Honda. Don't think it got a rubber valve. It has a sensor inside. It has a sensor exactly the opposite side from here mounted onto the rim, okay? So if you got a plastic valve, you're gonna think it's reading off the ABS sensors. No, that thing has a sensor on the opposite side mounted onto the rim, okay? So when we break the bead, the machine has to push here and push there, and same thing on the opposite side. So let's get my hand out of the way. So pretty much, the valve stem is all in on there. That's it. We only need to do one spot. So I see all kinds of scratches on the rim on the inside. So that's from that stupid sensor. And I need numbers of that sensor. If it doesn't have it, then I can't even install another sensor. Okay, here goes nothing. My good old time machine. Let's do this now. That was stupid of me. There you go. Let's bring the camera a little closer. Let's time for us to dismount this tire. So to dismount this tire, obviously, we're gonna keep the camera. I'm gonna have to kind of get on the way too. So we got our valve stem there. We're gonna bring the valve stem right over here. There's no sensor on it. There's no sensor on it. So put this in, put this on. I'm gonna adjust this arm so it doesn't hit the rim. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna start right here. This is where it's gotta be if we got a TPMS sensor here, okay? So that way the tire can be lifted off. That's, okay, it's not proper yet. This arm is not proper. Let me go back. There you go. A little bit back. I don't need to dismount the whole tire. I can reach in there right now, but I just want to inspect the condition of the tire. And oh, I see tape all around it. I see tape all around it. Oh, those guys are fucking working for it. The same thing, the valve stem is back in the same spot. So I just want to stop the machine here so I can show you guys. Here, there's the tape there. You see that? There's tape here, and they broke the sensor. You see what they did there? They broke that freaking sensor. They put a tape on it. They just put the sensor there, and that's what I'm talking about. Bullshit in the mechanic field. Find yourself a good mechanic, guys. Stay local. I'd rather be honest with you. You'd rather pay me if I have customers. If I break something, they will pay me for the part. I'll do the labor, even though it's my fault. I'd rather just change it. You know, this sensor is 40 bucks aftermarket. They're fucked up pretty much here. Okay, so you see, if I was doing it the right way, this thing never hits the sensor. Reverse procedure is the tire's gotta drop last. That means when you're putting it back in, I will show you that part too. But let's get into the sensor. Okay, there you go. Let's find that sensor. There you go. Inside here lays your sensor. So you got tape and you got freaking broken sensor. So they taped it up. I would definitely go back to these people. I would shame them, speak to their manager. I'll make this guy a bill. I'll make him a real bill, you know, a real bill compared to what it would have cost to them, you know. I'll make them a freaking real bill for this because this is my neighbor right here. Okay, anyways, there you go, tape. So we're gonna reprogram the sensor, buy a new one, and put a new sensor in. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard. Okay, guys, got a new sensor right here. This is a 315 frequency. What we're gonna do is first, I think they spend more money on the tape. The sensor is not too much, okay? Sensor is not that big of a deal. So I don't even know where I'll put my knife right now. Okay, but the harder part here is taking off this stupid freaking tape, which I'm not gonna be able to do all of it. Glued up, it's taped up. They probably walked over to 99-cent store to go find tape. So this is just stupid what they did here. So this clip can stay there. Let me get my scan tool. We're gonna program this sensor together so you guys can understand. If you ever get a Toyota RAV4, this is 2017, 18, 19, 20, 20, 24 is the same thing to program sensor. Pretty much they're all the same thing. So guys, here's my programming scan tool here. So pretty much I can only program these sensors with this. There's a reason for it, because it sits in the cradle there. So I want to put this sensor as far as possible. I also want to walk away from the vehicle because I do not want it to pick up. I do want to kind of get the code out of this. I can manually put it in, but what I want to do is I want to start this guy up. So I'm not sure if it's gonna support, because this is a 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's the same procedure. Let's go for vehicle selection. We're gonna look for Toyota. Hopefully we got it. Come on, how many? Toyota, right there. Toyota, we're gonna look for 4Runner. No, this is not a 4Runner, this is a RAV4. Sorry, RAV4. With smart key. So let's click on that. Okay, 19 to 24, perfect. We're gonna copy a sensor. Let's copy the sensor. Okay, there you go. That's the ID 3D8F164. We're gonna move this guy away from here. We're gonna get the new sensor. We're gonna put this guy in there, and this guy closes up, and we're gonna press enter to program. It's erasing and it's flashing and it's programming the sensor. This is how easy this is. Okay, so this sensor, okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna scan this sensor now. Okay, we should get that same ID number. There you go, 3D8F. Okay, this is the ID on the old sensor, 3D8F164. So while this is in the shop, it's probably gonna pick up on this sensor. So when I go test drive this thing needs to be far as possible away from this vehicle. Okay, so let me go put my scan tool away, put my gloves on, and we're gonna install it onto the tire. This is gonna be very simple. So number 11 is the socket for this. Sometime it will spin, and then you're gonna have to cut that sensor off somehow, some way, chisel it out of there. So this one came out pretty easy. This is a new vehicle. Usually sensors don't break. They don't fail for at least 8 to 10 years. Okay, these guys come off. I just toss it out. There's a small little washer that just fell on the floor that was here. The new sensor guy's own washers. So let's remove this cap. Let's remove this little guy. So make sure it's clean. This is a brand new rim. There's no corrosion, no nothing on this baby. So okay, both of these little guys, right? There's two washers here. Clear one looking in the metal. This goes in. Make sure the sensor is sitting properly and straight. The plastic washer goes first, and the metal second. And then this little guy, I'm gonna try to snug it with this hand. So there is a torque spec for these, so you're gonna have to find out. Don't have that. Okay, I don't even have a torque wrench for these guys, so don't go crazy either. Okay, and this guy will lock up. Bada bing, bada boom, and you don't want to crush that seal either. Okay, now the key function here is how are we gonna mount this tire and prevent this from happening ever again. So if those tire shop people are watching, it might be a good idea for them to pay attention here. Okay, so I'm gonna position my camera a little bit back, but pay attention to this wall. Okay, pay attention to this wall. What we're gonna do here is we are first gonna put this wheel here. I have a special spray that goes to give this thing a lubrication so the wheel can, it's just water based. Okay, so check for I want to make sure I put it the same way. So it does have an inside and outside on these wheels. So this is outside here, it says outside here. So what we're gonna do here is, hey, it's not holding. There you go. Notice where I'm putting this. The tire is gonna go on the whole rim except this area, okay? So that's how it's gonna go in, okay? There's the valve stem is following there. So the last part that's gonna drop down is the valve stem area. Same thing I'm gonna do here. Let me just get both of my hands here. So the valve stem is here. Okay, I just want to stay a little bit behind it. Okay, it is kind of bothering me with this wheel. This wheel is... Okay, I'm going to use this special tool I got here. It's going to help me. Notice. Oh, that wheel came out. Ah. One thing I want to say is don't go for cheap wheels. These freaking are some cheap tires as well. Okay? Cheap tire, cheap shop, that's what happens. Okay, so watch this. This is going to be the last part to go on. And the sensors in there is nice and safe. Okay, it never even touched anything. I'm going to come back so I can take my tool out. And now we're just gonna inflate it, and that's how you're gonna freaking mount a tire with TPMS sensors in it. 35 psi, and then balance the tires, and it's good to go, guys. So guys, thank you for watching my video. If you learned something, you know, this customer doesn't even want to fight the battle here. I told him I'll make him a receipt and everything. He said he ain't got time for that. That's exactly what they're preying on. They're preying on you because you don't have... Let's look at my face now, guys, so we can talk a whole bunch of crap while we inflating this tire. So all these insurance companies and all these crazy people that want to take advantage of you, they're preying on... This is what they're preying on. For you to not to come back to them. When I get a ticket, I feel like the city is preying on me because I'd rather pay that ticket. I just happened to park my car outside and I forgot, or maybe it was the wrong. I had a wrong ticket. I had a ticket over there. It's not even. It's a clean parking zone. It's not a 4-hour zone. They gave me a ticket, but I'm not gonna go fight the battle because the freaking it's $800 loss in the shop compared to going paying a freaking $60 ticket. So what do I want? I want to do $600, $800, or do I want to pay a ticket? Okay. Unless they could say, if I could prove, because I could have proved this, the guy gave me a ticket, guilty. Okay, I'm gonna recheck all the pressure on all the tires. Make sure you check the stem too, that's another thing, okay? And there you have it, perfect. So I will drive this vehicle and it should be good to go. All right, so pretty much the long story short, they gave me a ticket. I shouldn't have had a ticket, but for me to go fight the ticket, I had to lose a day of work. So if that cop, the officer who gave the ticket for no reason, he just made a mistake, but he should be punished, okay? Because just because I got screwed, but that's fine. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you for watching.